Well, I think we all are familiar with this topic where we all have some type of device or social media platform that keeps us all connected together because that's what makes us part of the modern world. However, some people do not have as much social media platforms or don't even have a phone. And some people have the great latest phone or is completely obsessed with social media. There are some people who's completely obsessed with their phone. They can't stop looking at it for 3 seconds. And unfortunately, that is Ethan. He is one of the victims I'm going to be talking about in this part. And social media, I'm going to be talking about Jesse and other people because they are the prime examples of why I think social media is killing our souls, ruining our friendships, and just basically ruining our lives, mood, our smartness, everything. Now, yes, I do have a social media app, and yes, I do have a phone. However, I'm not addicted. I got rid of Discord because it ruined my life, my friendships, and it got me depressed. Technically the only social media platform I have, like officially, is Facebook. Not counting Instagram and Snapchat. And YouTube. Technically, I don't even really count YouTube as social media. I just count YouTube as being just a platform. Am I addicted on my phone? No. Primarily because nobody ever fucking talks to me. But then again, I noticed some of you guys have been trying to talk to me. If you want to figure out why I have not been responding, the next episode will clearly tell you why. Because clearly, none of you guys can understand a conversation queue, which I'm very disappointed in. Because that's going to be my next topic we're going to talk about. I'm going to start with this topic because it's primarily a shorter one. It's just going to be me ranting, more or less, than exactly giving out scientific points. Like I could say like, oh, so many people died from this, but none of you guys are going to care about that. Besides, it's a teen podcast issue. It's not the official, this is not the CDC. This is the teen podcasters. We're keeping it high school level or adult level. One or the other. So, what is an addiction? The fact or condition of being addicted to a peculiar substance, thing, or action. And unfortunately, we are all addicted to something. You cannot say you're not because we are. Oxygen does not count because we need that to survive. Water does not count. Food does not count because that's what we need to survive. So that does not count as an addiction if you guys are going to be like that, those kind of people. And it feels weird doing the podcast because I'm freaking doing it in my room and it's in the middle of the day. I'm used to doing all this at night outside. And I got stitches on my hand too. I'm not gonna worry about that. I just thought I'd just throw that out there. I'm fine. Yeah. Social addiction could lead to obviously phone, social media, alcohol, drugs, or the activity you keep doing. So basically, like, I don't know, you keep sucking on your finger, masturbating. That's a common addiction. Me and Ethan both fall under that category. And most of you guys probably do too. It's something you don't admit. I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, whatever you think about it, when it comes to me and Ethan's friendship, that we're pretty damn comfortable talking about that. Like, what's your streak? You know, we're super comfortable talking about it. Don't mind the squeakiness. This is my chair. See, you guys probably don't know this, but I'm heavily against social media, primarily heavily against Discord. You see, especially the younger generations, you know why they're depressed all the time? They can't tell you an explanation why they're depressed or just depressed. It's because they're on fucking social media! I didn't even start joining social media until I was 13 years old. That's when I first started. And it was Facebook. And guess what? Depression kicked in. Because of social media. I was a perfectly fine man. I got treated like shit in 5th grade the entire year. And I was never depressed. I knew I was hated. I was completely aware. Towards the end of the year, I tried fixing it. Unfortunately, when I asked for help, I went to the worst person ever, and that was Landon. I don't know why I went to him for help, but I did. He didn't give me good enough advice at all. But social media gets you depressed. People heavily depend on it. Whatever happened to the face-on-face contact? People don't even want to call anymore because they're too damn scared. Of what? Your voice? My voice sounds like shit, but I don't give a crap. It's social media. Get outside. Talk to your friends. I am heavily against texting. I would much rather call. And I would rather see you in person than do both. When I do calling and texting, the only thing I want to call and text on is normal SMS messaging. Because guess what? My parents pay for that. And I'm going to use it. I hate Snapchat. It's stupid. I hate Instagram. It's stupid. I hate Discord. It's stupid. Facebook's pretty stupid. Any other third-party freaking messaging system is stupid. Yes, they might have more features, but I'm paying for SMS messages. Well, I'm not paying for it, but my parents are. The fact that you guys have a phone and don't use SMS messaging pretty much shows that you don't deserve a phone. Because you're not using the main purpose of a phone. The main purpose of a phone now is gaming and taking pictures. I use my phone for calling, texting, recording, listening to music, and watching YouTube. That's typically what the useful parts of a phone is. We're all heavily dependent on it. A lot of people these days can't even get their freaking eyes off the screen for 2 seconds because they're always texting people all the time. Hell, there's even people who text someone we're in the same damn room of the house. I mean, there's very few times I've done it, but it's just for being stupid. But like, people doing it in general, you're just fucking lazy. I'm sorry if I'm really toxic, but I tell the truth. I'm not holding anything back. That's the thing about these topics. I hold nothing back. That's why the toxic levels are always so high on the Team Podcasters, is because I don't hold anything back. Because it's the only way you're going to learn. The only way you're going to recover correctly. That's a random number I don't know. 1-800 number. That's why I'm so toxic. Like, I'm not exactly toxic. I don't want to be toxic and I don't want that reputation. But I might act like it because I don't hold anything back. Because it's the only way for you guys to realize, learn, fix your mistakes. It might ruin some friendships, but you know what? If you lose a friend because you told the truth, good job. Good job. Shame on them, because if they can't handle the truth, shame on them. They can go screw themselves. If they can't handle the truth of the mistake they're making and act all pissy about it and threaten to ruin get rid of the friendship, by all means, end the friendship. They can suffer. If they're not willing to change, they can suffer. Guys, there's a certain limit on how much you can help a friend. If you tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and they still don't make any change, they're not trying. They might say they are, but they're not. Something's wrong with me, blah, blah, blah. Give them some, pointers, like, okay, here's what you got to start doing. If they don't do that, don't even try helping them anymore. If you put all the effort you got and you have nothing else to do, and you want to try, whatever, just let them suffer. It might be mean, but guess what? They're not putting the work in. That's the thing about helping people out. It's the guide to get you out of depression or stress state. And, jeez, I'm like not into it. And you both have to put the work into it. It's a 2-person job. You have to do your bargain. They have to do their bargain. That's the only way you're going to make progress. I got off topic a little bit. I know Ethan, he's always on his damn phone all the time because everybody's freaking talking to him all the time. Like, all the damn time. Way worse than he used to be. That's because he didn't have no Snapchat or anything. So he actually did more stuff. The fact now that he has a phone and he has pretty much almost 100% freedom of it, we hardly been doing anything. Either because he's on his damn phone all the time or he claims just don't want to do it. Now, I'm hardly on my phone because I have no reason to. The only reason I'm on my phone is because he's on his phone and I'm not going to sit there and stare at a wall. And then again, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just scrolling around my home screen because it's looking like a dickhead because I don't know what I'm doing. There's some people that I know are heavily, heavily dependent on social media. And they can't even let go of the past. How the hell are you supposed to move forward in life if you can't let go of the damn past? The past is the past. You can't do anything about it. Just keep going. The best thing you can do is to prevent that mistake again or make it better in the future. That's all you can do. Now, I understand there might be some people out there, and maybe you're like homeschooled or whatever, and you don't have any friends, and you have depend on social media. That's understandable. But then again, what happens if you go in the real world? What happens if you get sent into public school? What the hell are you going to do then? You need to learn to survive without social media. Or at least limit it. Because it's almost impossible to live a life without any social media. Because we all have a certain type of social media. I'm not saying abandon it, I'm saying limit it. Because the causes and the effects of being on social media and on your phone and heavily depending on people online is depression, stress, social isolation, crankiness, obsession of someone, clinginess, happiness towards the thing. So like you're sad, but you become happy when you get the thing you want. Social media, phone. And unfortunately, there's one friend, used to be a friend. He ended the friendship because of a stupid opinion. It was about gender fluid. It's my opinion. Guess what? I tell the truth. I don't exactly support... You're a fucking boy or girl. If you're a girl, you're a girl. If you're a boy, you're a boy. You guys should understand that. I hate it. You're a fucking girl and you're like, I'm a boy. No, you're not! If you were born a female, if it says on your birth certificate, female, you are female! You can think like a male. You can act like a male. It is not going to change your gender. If you're a girl and you change into a guy, you're still a girl. I am going to treat you like a woman. I treat boys and girls the same, by the way, so it's not much different. Will I date the person? Probably not. If you're a guy and you turn into a girl, you are still a guy. God gave you your gender. Genetics gave you the gender. There's nothing you can do about it. I sound really mean, but like I said, my brain's not into it, but I'm forcing this out. As I gotta get this done. For 2 days in a row, I kind of pushed it off. So, Jesse, anyways. He used to be really, really good in freshman year. This is before he had like a phone and he had Discord. Before he had Discord, he was a happy little guy. Hell, we even played the penis game. If you don't know what that is, you just gradually say penis out loud, screaming it outside till you either get caught or everybody else whizzes out. If you're the last one and you can say it the loudest, you win. If you don't get yelled at, you win. Like, he was all into that. Like, he was in a good mood, dicking around, having a good time, being stupid. But sophomore year hit, he got a phone, he got introduced to Discord. BAM! Depressed, cranky, sad all the time. Claims he wants to kill himself. You wanna know what all he does now, as far as I'm hearing? He sits on his kitchen table, sits at the table, listens to depressing music with Discord open all day, every day. If this does not show that, hey, social media is bad, you guys are idiots. I'm sorry, but you are an idiot. He used to be a really good person. He still, obviously, said he wants to take over the world, whatever, but he used to be a really good person and pretty damn positive, too. But now he's all negative and depresso. Maddie was the same way. She's... Different problems I'm not going to get into. Can't let go of the past. Relies on Discord. If you do not get real human social isolation or if you don't socialize with real people in person, your life is going to be hell and you're going to be depressed. You know what? If you're depressed because you're on social media, I wonder why. What? Because you're on social media all the time. It's harmful. People die. People drink. People take drugs because of the effects of it. You guys might not think I'm not going to do it. Guess what? You will eventually. Unfortunately, you're talking to a guy who's tried both. Is it fun? Yes, it is. The reason why I've tried both and went into the perimeter of drugs and alcohol was because the way my friends treated me like shit and don't ever talk to me and leave me in the dark for everything they do. That is why I got introduced to drugs and alcohol. Am I an obsessive drugs and alcohol? Hell no. I don't take it every freaking day. I hardly ever take it. If you guys don't turn back, life is going to be worse for you. You need to stop being so damn dependent on social media because it's just going to make your life worse. You're going to feel all the effects of depression. There's going to be mean people out there. If you're thinking people are bullies in the real world, they're still going to be in the online world because there's going to be people who are dicks. There's a lot of people who are dicks to me online, and that was me being stupid. You have to learn to deal with it. You have to learn to face problems in real life. You have to learn to face them, not run away. If there's a problem, you have to learn to face it and not run away. I would probably still be in a relationship with Maddie and with Renee if they didn't run away from the problems. If they did not run away from the problems, I would still probably be in a relationship with them. But the fact that they ran away from the problems shows that they don't honestly care. Yes, Maddie's relationship was my favorite relationship, and I would 100% totally get back into the relationship if I had that option. 100%. And my desperate for girlfriend, obviously you guys know at this point, I complain about it in almost every single podcast. So like I said, if you want to be stuck in an online world, go ahead. Let's just see how your life turns out when you're older. How are you going to get a job then? How are you going to manage that? Because when you're on the job, you're not allowed to use your phone. They're not going to let you. Hardee's going to let you use your phone unless you're on break or clocked out. How are you going to make friends when you're older? How? If you're completely dependent on online, how are you going to do that? Exactly. My point's been made. Obviously, how to break the addiction is very simple. Just do another activity. Stop struggling with it. Obviously, maybe have somebody help you with it. Like maybe, for example, give them your phone. Or maybe like have somebody set like a certain amount of hour limit on social media apps, specifically like maybe an hour limit on social media or something. Because they'll help you break it, and eventually you'll get into the habit of that. And you'll realize this world's a way better place than the online, isn't it? It's like, wow, there's actually trees outside? Wow, what's that stuff growing on the ground? That's grass? Oh shit, that's so cool! Whoa, what's that little clear liquid thing? It's a river? What? Man, staying off of social media is so cool. I'm learning so many new things. Wow, this is a road? I didn't know that! Yeah, I know, right? So maybe get off. Obviously, limit and stop yourself from it. See help for support. Obviously, that's all you can do. Just break the addiction. Just distract yourself from something else. Hell, even start masturbating if that becomes a problem. And then once masturbating becomes a problem, you just try to break that problem. But doesn't mean go back to social media, because that's not going to work. I think that's all for now. It's just mainly more than just me yelling at everybody because they're just too freaking obsessed with social media. But like I said, I'm warning you because I have a friend who's been down that route and he's stuck. He's just shoved into the ground because he completely, isolantly relies on Discord to keep him happy. And no matter how much he gets, he is still depressed. That's what I'm saying. I managed to break out of that social media break, and I'm feeling way better. I haven't been depressed in a long ass time. It's been forever since I've been depressed. Probably because I've adapted to the loneliness life. But still, I'm just trying to look out for you guys. Even though I probably only have an average estimated audience, about 6 to 8 people. You know what? That's plenty enough. If you guys are still supporting me, like I said, thank you. Just a big thank you. It's honestly nice that these podcasts are being listened to. And honestly, I don't think you guys... If you guys do use the advice, thank you. Or if you learn something new. Even if you just learn something new, still thank you. Because a lot of people don't know these things. Like half of the stuff I talk about, they don't know how to figure out the problem. And like I said, these problems are more like specifically to help with teens because I know it might help with adults, maybe. Typically, though, it's from a teen perspective, this works as far as of 2021. That's all for now, folks. I hope you guys did enjoy this podcast. I hope you guys learned the warning that, hey, maybe you should limit it a little bit because if you completely rely on it, your life's going to be hell. There's more reasons. I'm probably going to forget about half the stuff. Like, there's probably going to be more stuff I'm going to forget to say, and I'm going to be all angry about it because I forgot to say something in this part. If necessary, I'll probably add another chunk after this part, but probably not. Have a great day, y'all. Sorry for being all toxic, but like I said, I don't hold nothing back. Have a good day.